What if I told you that within you exists a hidden code, a forgotten key that when awakened can expand your consciousness beyond the limits of what you know? What if humanity was programmed for something much greater, but over the centuries that knowledge was erased, distorted, buried under dogma and illusions? Today, you're going to discover what it really means to activate your spiritual DNA, a process that's not just symbolic, but profoundly real. A path followed by ancient civilizations, spiritual masters, and those who dared to seek the ultimate awakening. But why was this knowledge hidden? Who would benefit from a sleeping humanity? Prepare yourself, because what you're about to hear may challenge everything you've been taught. Are you ready to unravel the mysteries of your true potential? Before we proceed, if you feel that this spiritual journey resonates within you, subscribe to the channel, because here together we explore the forgotten secrets of the universe and rescue ancestral wisdom to apply it to real life. Now let's dive deep into the hidden history of spiritual DNA and what it really means for your awakening. Since the dawn of civilization, there have been records that human beings possess something beyond flesh and blood, a divine code, a link to higher dimensions. But at some point in history, this knowledge was silenced. The ancient Egyptians spoke of the Ka, a vital energy that transcended physical existence. The Vedas of India described prana, the cosmic force that flows through our body. Even the early Christians believed in a divine spark within us, a direct inheritance from the Creator. But perhaps one of the most intriguing clues comes from the Hermetic tradition, which said, "As above, so below. As within, so without." If this is true, then what is written in our DNA is not just biological but spiritual. And here enters an even deeper mystery. Did ancient civilizations know about the existence of DNA even before modern science? In Egypt, the serpent coiled on the staff of Thoth. In India, the kundalini snaking up the spine. In Mayan temples, spiral symbols that refer to the genetic double helix. Were these just mystical symbols? Or were they describing, in a veiled way, the secret of spiritual DNA activation? Many believe that our DNA was once more advanced, but it has been deactivated over time. Just as old computers lose functions due to lack of use, essential parts of our spiritual structure have been deactivated. But why? Here, the theories become even more disturbing. Some cultures speak of divine interventions. Others suggest that external forces may have modified our genetics, limiting our ability to access higher dimensions. And the most impressive thing? Science itself is beginning to approach this knowledge. Studies suggest that only 2% of our DNA is actively coded, while the rest has been called junk DNA, as if it were dormant, waiting to be activated. But what if this junk was actually the key to our true spiritual evolution? Our DNA contains hidden secrets. And now, let's explore how to activate it. Our DNA is not just a biological code, but an energetic structure that communicates with the universe. Each cell in our body vibrates at a specific frequency, and within this vibrational field lies the hidden potential of expanded consciousness. Many ancient traditions speak of the activation of this spiritual DNA as a process of awakening. Kundalini, for example, is described as a serpent sleeping at the base of the spine, that when awakened, activates energy centers along the body, unlocking higher perceptions. But how does this activation happen? First, it is necessary to understand that our DNA responds to frequencies and intentions. Scientists like Bruce Lipton have discovered that our thoughts and emotions directly influence genetic expression. In other words, what we feel and believe can literally rewrite our DNA. This means that if we are stuck in patterns of fear, guilt, or low vibration, we keep parts of our DNA inactive. On the other hand, when we raise our consciousness, we activate genetic sequences that were dormant, allowing us to access higher spiritual abilities. There are records of Tibetan monks and spiritual masters who have developed extraordinary abilities: telepathy, energy healing, vision beyond time, and many believe that this happens because they have learned to activate the true potential of DNA. But there is a crucial detail. This activation is not just about changing the mind. It involves a profound transformation in the body and soul. And here we enter one of the oldest and most hidden knowledge of humanity, the keys to spiritual DNA activation. These keys are related to three fundamental elements: vibration, light, and conscious intention. Vibration is the primordial sound, the resonance that can reprogram the genetic code. For this reason, sacred mantras, chants, and specific sounds have been used for millennia to raise consciousness. Light represents pure information, the knowledge that reorganizes the energetic structure of DNA. Many ancient texts speak of the inner light, the pineal gland as a portal, and the ability to absorb higher frequencies directly from the cosmos. And conscious intention is the force that directs this transformation. DNA responds to the command of consciousness. When a person consciously chooses to expand their being, they initiate the activation process. But there is a detail that few know. Over the centuries, this knowledge has been distorted and fragmented. Many of the original activation methods have been hidden or discredited. But now, we are beginning to rediscover these practices. In the next segment, we will explore the specific techniques that can be used to activate your spiritual DNA and release your full hidden potential. Now that we understand the fundamental principles of spiritual DNA activation, an essential question arises: how can we, in practice, awaken this hidden potential? Before we dive into the techniques, it is important to demystify some beliefs. Many think that DNA activation is something reserved for a few, such as monks or highly evolved beings. But the truth is that this process is accessible to all of us if we know how to align mind, body, and spirit. Let's explore three powerful techniques that have been used throughout history by various spiritual traditions. 1. The power of sound. Frequencies that awaken DNA. In ancient Egyptian temples, priests used sacred chants and specific instruments to alter states of consciousness and activate spiritual energy. Today, modern science confirms that certain sound frequencies directly affect the structure of our DNA. Solfeggio frequencies, for example, are a series of specific tones that resonate with the body and spirit. The frequency of 528 Hz, known as the frequency of love and transformation, has been associated with DNA repair and the awakening of higher consciousness. You can experience this power by listening to music and mantras in this frequency, or even intoning specific sounds, such as the ancient mantra, OM, which resonates with the vibration of the universe. 2. Activation by light. The role of the pineal gland. Many traditions speak of a mystical organ within us that connects us to the divine, the pineal gland. The ancient Egyptians represented it as the Eye of Horus, and the Hindus associate it with the third eye, the center of spiritual perception. The pineal gland regulates the production of melatonin and is directly linked to our perception of time and reality. When activated, it can allow experiences of expanded consciousness, such as visions, enhanced intuition, and even communication with higher dimensions. One way to stimulate this activation is through conscious exposure to natural sunlight, especially at sunrise and sunset. In addition, practices such as meditation, focusing on the third eye region, and the consumption of foods rich in antioxidants help decalcify the pineal gland, allowing it to function fully. 3. The power of intention and mental state. DNA is not just a biological structure, it is directly influenced by our consciousness. Scientific studies, such as those carried out by the HeartMath Institute, show that emotions such as love, gratitude, and compassion alter genetic expression and can literally transform our body and mind. This means that the first step to spiritual DNA activation is to take control of our thoughts and emotions. Techniques such as creative visualization, positive affirmations, and guided meditation are essential tools in this process. For example, try this simple practice. Find a quiet place. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Visualize a golden light radiating from the center of your being, expanding to every cell in your body. Mentally affirm, I awaken my spiritual DNA. I am pure consciousness. This daily practice can initiate profound changes in your energy and perception. But there is still a secret. DNA activation is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. The more you practice, the deeper the transformations will be. In the next part, we will explore how to integrate this knowledge into your daily life so that your spiritual journey is not just theoretical, but a real experience of transformation. Now that we understand the fundamentals of spiritual DNA activation and the hidden forces that influence this process, the essential question arises: how to bring this knowledge into everyday life. After all, wisdom without practice is like a flame without oxygen. It cannot grow. DNA activation is not an isolated event, but a path of constant self-improvement. It is the fusion between mind, body, and spirit in a state of harmony. Let's explore 3 fundamental practices that you can apply from today to start this transformation. 1. Mental reprogramming. The code of consciousness. Your DNA responds not only to physical factors, but also to your beliefs and intentions. Epigenetic studies have already shown that our emotions and thoughts shape gene activation. What to do? Every day, in the morning and before bed, repeat powerful affirmations such as, "My DNA is awake. My consciousness expands beyond the limits of the physical world." Avoid content and environments that fuel fear and negativity. These vibrations deactivate your spiritual potential. Cultivate states of gratitude and love as they resonate with the highest frequencies of transformation. Your thoughts are vibrational commands for your DNA. You are programming your own destiny at every moment. 2. Energetic nutrition, the fuel of activation. In ancient times, priests and initiates followed specific diets to raise their energy and awaken their spiritual abilities. What we consume directly impacts our vibrational field. What to do? Reduce or eliminate processed foods, as they carry dense energies that inhibit the expansion of consciousness. Consume more foods rich in chlorophyll, such as green vegetables, as they help decalcify the pineal gland. Hydrate with pure and energized water. Water carries information and can be programmed with spiritual intentions. Nutrition is not just physical nourishment, but a portal to higher frequencies. 3. Connection with universal energy, the key to transmutation. Spiritual DNA activation happens not only within you, but also through your connection with the All. Great mystics have always spoken about the importance of aligning with cosmic energy. What to do? Practice active meditation, visualizing your DNA lighting up with codes of golden light. Spend more time in nature. Trees, running water, and sunlight are sources of energetic recharge. Use sounds and frequencies of high vibration, such as 432 Hz or 963 Hz, to stimulate spiritual resonance. Remember, when you raise your vibration, your DNA responds instantly. These practices are portals to a new reality. If you start implementing them today, you will notice subtle changes, more vivid dreams, greater intuition, more synchronicities happening around you. But there is one last secret, something that few talk about, and that will be essential for the last stage of this journey. Let's explore this in the conclusion. Now that we have unraveled the mysteries of spiritual DNA activation, the final question remains: are you ready to accept this transformation? Since ancient times, spiritual masters, alchemists, and initiates have understood that true evolution happens not only on the physical plane, but at the deepest level of consciousness. Your DNA is not just a biological code, it is an energetic record, a key that can unlock your true divine essence. But here's the final secret. The awakening of spiritual DNA is not a destination, but a continuous path. There is no single moment when you get there, because evolution is infinite. Each insight you absorb, each practice you incorporate, each choice you make elevates your frequency and rewrites your own reality. What can you do now? Start by applying at least one of the techniques mentioned and observe the changes in your energy. Stay open to signs and synchronicities. The universe always responds to those who seek the truth. Share this knowledge with those who feel the calling, as true transformation happens when we awaken together. And before we leave, did you feel this connection? If so, subscribe to the channel right now and join our community of spiritual seekers. Here, we reveal secrets that the world has tried to hide for centuries, and there is much more to come. The journey has only just begun, and the choice will always be yours.